Hello everyone, welcome to Sunya IAS, and this is your daily current affairs dose for Prelims 2023. And in this video, we're going to cover the various news from various newspapers of 28th October 2022. Alright, so let's begin. The first news is with respect to National Intelligence Grid, or famously known as NAT Grid. Alright, with respect to this news, the first aspect you should know that which ministry does it belong to. So the answer is Ministry of Home Affairs. The second thing you should know about this is in crux or the essence of it. So basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to link the all government databases. ठीक है जी. So at first level they'll be linking all the government databases. Then what they will do, they'll combine it and they'll make it a single source, and that single source access would be provided to all the 10 intelligence agencies. ठीक है जी. So this is basically the in crux of National Intelligence Grid. So these are the 10 central agencies mentioned here. Just to have a look at them, and basically this is its objective is for e-governance. That's it. And in detail, this initiative has been mentioned in our monthly notes, so do refer it from there. Second news is with respect to the chlorine gas. So UPSC has this habit of asking. So the context was recently there was this chlorine gas leak in Bhopal and 7 people fall sick out of that. So you should know the physical properties. It looks like a yellow green gas at room temperature. It has a pungent smell as well. Then you should know that is it lethal or not. Yes, it is poisonous and it is a pulmonary irritant. Pulmonary means it is a lung irritant. ठीक है जी. Then what are the uses? Another favorite area of UPSC. First, it is used to disinfect the water. ठीक है. तो जो the tap water which comes in our home, so it has a unique taste. That unique taste is because of the chlorine added. Then second aspect, you should know that it is used in the production of paper and cloth. The paper and cloth को bleach करने के लिए use किया जाता है. The white color which the paper and the cloth gets is because of the bleaching done by this chlorine. Then it is also used in the preparation of chlorides, chlorinated solvents, pesticides, polymers, synthetic rubbers and refrigerants. So yes, it has a multiple uses. Do not try to cram these uses. ठीक है. तो इनका just have a sense in your mind. Then another important aspect which can be elimination point in the question can be it is not flammable in itself, but when it is mixed with other compounds, that is turpentine and ammonia, it becomes explosive. ठीक है जी. Another aspect which you should remember is the Montreal Protocol. ठीक है. Montreal Protocol. So that was signed in the year 1985. What is it? It is with respect to the ozone depletion. So what happens is this is a chlorine gas, but chlorine as a substance, when it is found in the halogenated hydrocarbons, right, when it is found there hydrocarbons, so it led to the ozone depletion. So chlorine as well as this another substance called as bromine, right, so these both are banned under the Montreal Protocol as they cause the ozone depletion. That was it for this news. The next news is with respect to the gold coins in India. Okay, so recently one political party has demanded that on the coins there should be the image of Lord Ganesha and Lord Lakshmi and Goddess Lakshmi. All right. Then what becomes important is the coin aspect. You should study it thoroughly with respect to the static aspect. Okay. Second thing which you should remember is that the first dynasty to use the gold coins or to issue the gold coins were the Kushans. तो कुशान्स के बारे में इस साल static information also becomes very important. ठीक है. So don't miss it. So Kushans were the first ones. They were the first to use the image of goddess Lakshmi on their coins. Then there were other gods as well. That is Oisho, Shiva, Miro, moon god, and finally the Buddha. So their image was also used on the gold coins. Then it was used by Vijayanagar kings. So Vijayanagar also becomes important with respect to the static aspect. Then another in Muhammad Gori. ठीक है. तो exam में you can easily take Kushan in Vijayanagar, but elimination point could be Muhammad Gori because he was a Muslim ruler, right? So you would think that why he would imprint goddess Lakshmi's image on gold coin. So yes, it was true. He did it after when he defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in the Battle of Tarain in 1192-80. All right. Then French and Dutch as well. This can be another elimination point. UPSC can trick you here that yes, but the answer is yes. French and Dutch as well minted the coins showing the Vishnu and goddess Kali on their coins. ठीक है जी. Then the Kushan Empire and the coins in the ancient and medieval India, they are beautifully covered in our static notes, so do refer them from there. Then the other important static aspects should be रेड बाय यू विद रिस्पेक्ट टू यूपीएससी, तो ऐसे पहचानना है इन चीज़ों को, ठीक है जी. एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम द स्टैटिक आस्पेक्ट दिस ईयर डू स्टडी इन डिटेल द फुल बॉडीड कॉइन्स, व्हाट इज द फुल बॉडीड कॉइन्स वर्सेज व्हाट आर टोकन कॉइन्स. ऑलराइट, द सेकंड आस्पेक्ट यू शुड लुक एट द कॉइनेज एक्ट, ठीक है. कॉइनेज एक्ट के बाद सिमिलरली ड्राइव अ कॉन्सेप्ट दैट व्हाई द कॉइन्स आर लिमिटेड लीगल टेंडर, ठीक है. ऐसा होता है ना कि 10 रुपये के सिक्के से आप इतने तक की अमाउंट तक की चीज़ खरीद सकते हो, वाई दे आर द लिमिटेड लीगल टेंडर. एंड देन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डीमोनेटाइजेशन एंड द कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एज डीबेसमेंट. So what happens in debasement is, मान लीजिए there is a gold coin which is being issued by a certain ruler, his financial condition or economic condition worsens. So क्या होगा कि मान लीजिए initially he was issuing a gold coin whose weight was 10 gram, now he'll decrease the weight of the metal in the gold coin, मान लीजिए अभी वो 5 gram का बनाने लगा. So this concept is called as debasement. Alright, so let's move on to the next news. The next news is with respect to the blue flag beaches in India. So the context is that recently two beaches, one is the Minikoy Thundi beach and the other is the Kadmat beach, have been awarded the blue flag beaches status in India. The first thing you should know that where is it? Both are located in the Lakshadweep. ठीक है, तो मिनीकॉय आइलैंड का मैप पे लोकेशन जरूर मार्क कर लीजिए, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सेकंड इज दैट द सेकंड कदमत आइलैंड is located also is also known as the Cardamom Island and is also located in the Amindivi group of islands of Lakshadweep itself. Then what is blue flag certification? इसके बारे में you should know that blue flag beaches was itself launched, it is not a new concept, it was itself launched back in the year 1985. ठीक है जी, कहाँ पे लॉन्च हुआ था? It was launched in France. कौन देता है? It is an FEE. ठीक है जी, FEE is not any governmental organization but it is an NGO. And where is it? It is in Denmark. All right. Then the question can be, where is the most number of blue flag beaches located? So the answer is Spain. And this aspect has not to be crammed by you but just have an essence of it. The last thing which you should cram is that there is this another related concept called as beams, which is by the Ministry of Environment in India. ठीक है, so this Blue flag beaches is an international initiative by this NGO FEE, but there is this beams similar concept by our own ministry, that is Ministry of Environment, and it stands for Beach Environment and Ethics Management. ठीक है, Beach Environment and Ethics Management Services. It is also for clean beaches. It is also for clean beaches. All right. Then with the addition of 2, now we have total in 12 blue flag beaches in India. ठीक है, so draw a map and have a look at them. So 2 beaches, so we did in Lakshadweep, and one there is this in Andaman and Nicobar Island group, that the beach is Radhanagar beach. All right. Then we have this Shivrajpur in Gujarat. We have Gogulu in Daman. Then we have Kasargod and Padubiri in the area of Karnataka. Then comes the Kerala. We have Kappad beach. Then in Andhra Pradesh we have Rushikonda. Then we have Golden Beach in Odisha. Then we have Kovalam in Tamil Nadu and Eden in Pondicherry. All right. Then there was this another C295 aircraft plant in news. For this, you should just know that what this aircraft is for. So basically, it is a transport aircraft. It is used to transport the troops. It is used to transport the equipments which army need. So this has now been replaced by. It will replace the Avro 78748 plane. ठीक है जी. So earlier we were using Avro 748. Now we'll be using the C295. The other thing which you should know, the production. So it is produced by this Spanish aerospace company called as CASA. So UPSC can ask it produced by DRDO or etc. But no, the answer is Spanish aerospace company. So that's it for this news. Let's move on to the next news. That is the emissions gap report. So emissions gap report is a very famous report with respect to this body called as UNEP. ठीक है, तो ये इसको publish करता है. Then this body from the static aspect becomes important, and then you should know that what becomes important is the emissions gap itself. So what is the concept of emission gap? So do remember that it is the difference where the global emissions are predicted to be in 2030. ठीक है, the global emissions are predicted to be in 2030. कितनी हो जाएंगी जब अगर इसी स्पीड से चलते रहें, versus where they should be versus where they should be for what? For maintaining 2 to 1.5 degree Celsius target. Okay, so we want to limit the temperature rise to 2 degree to 1.5 degree Celsius by this century end. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए कितना होना चाहिए वर्सेस जिस स्पीड से हम चल रहे हैं उस स्पीड से 2030 तक प्रेडिक्ट कितना होगा. सो दैट गैप इज कॉल्ड एज एन emissions gap. Clear? Then UNEP also has some similar reports. One is the adaptation gap report. You should know that it is by UNEP. Then it is the global environment outlook report. Then it is the cooling emissions report. ठीक है, and then finally it is the making peace with nature report, which we did in the previous video. ठीक है, and it declares the 3 planetary emergencies. Clear? So this is it. And if we talk about the body, so you should just know the 3 things: that it was found in the year 1972. Second thing is the headquarters kahan pe hain, so they are in Nairobi, Kenya. And finally this body along with the WMO in the year 1988 founded the famous body called as IPCC, जो हम पढ़ते हैं environment में. Clear? So this is with respect to this news. Then let's move on to cleaning and restoring India's water bodies challenge. So the first thing you should know about it is that who conducts it. So it is conducted by the principal scientific advisor. ठीक है जी. Then this challenge is a part of what? This challenge is part of waste to wealth mission, and which is under what? Which is itself under Swachh Bharat Unnat Bharat mission, and this mission lies under the office of PSA itself. Then there is this another body called as PMSTIAC. This is the body which assists this principal, which assists or this helps the principal scientific advisor. So that was it for this news. Then there was this bird flu H5N1 that is in news. So you should know that they fall under the category of influenza. So ठीक है जी, they fall under the category or they are caused by the influenza virus. For this you should know that the avian flu is caused by type A viruses. I'll tell you, or you should follow this in this perspective, that influenza virus is caused by 2 things. One is the pig and other is the bird or hen. ठीक है जी, so इस बात को याद रखना. If it is caused by pig, so that will be called as a swine flu, and if it is caused by a bird, that will be called as a bird/avian flu. Avian flu. And how to remember? UPSC will simply ask. It has been a past year question that H1N1 recently news was what? So that was Spanish flu. So similarly, you have to associate that H1, H2 and H3 will be associated with swine flu. And H5, H7, H9 and H10 will always be associated with the bird flu or the avian flu. ठीक है जी? Similarly, see H5N1, H5N2, H5N8, H7N8. So these are the recent outbreaks which have been noticed with respect to this bird flu. So ये बात याद रखना. H1, H2, H3 swine flu caused by pig, and this H5, H7, H9, H10 wherever you find there will be bird flu caused by influenza A virus. All right. Next there was this maritime border deal in news. So that is signed between 2 countries, that is Israel and Lebanon, and that has been brokered by US. So just remember 2 countries. And then the details of this border deal cannot be asked by UPSC or UPSC. What becomes important is the mapping area. ठीक है जी? So do map Eastern Mediterranean Sea in detail for this year. Then there are 2 fields in news, that is the Karish field and the Kana field. All right, so this is your homework. Do mark them in the map. Also mark the Israel and Lebanon borders in your map. Then there was this tombs of Ras Khan and Taj Bibi. So what happens is these both females were Muslims, but they were the followers of Lord Krishna. ठीक है जी? So yes, another example of harmony in religious harmony prevalent in India. So do read their details. Do not cram them, but just have a glance. Any option will be basically eliminated on this aspect only. All right. Then there was this mark on map news. Nidunthiboo Island, then Kaleshwaram project, and this disinformation law. Very important, mark it 3-star. So do try to associate that UPSC can ask the disinformation law recently in news with respect to which country. So the answer is Turkey. ठीक है जी? Then these government schemes and various policies like Green Climate Fund, Mission Shakti, Mission Vatsalya, etc. These are covered in our monthly magazine notes. So you can subscribe to them and read them from there. They are very relevant for the aspect of UPSC, and we have covered them in detail here. Because of the paucity of time, we're not able to cover it. And finally, we have a good news for you all. We have launched the Prelims 2023 crash course in the online mode, and if here you can cover the entire Prelims syllabus in just 200 hours, whatever the important aspects are there. and now we have also launched it in the offline mode. It is there in our Bangalore center, Pune center, and Delhi center. Since it is offline, so we have limited seats, so do register them on the prior basis. And that was it for this lecture. Thank you so much. So see you guys in the next video.